And welcome back to sunny beach. It's April, so we have a look at some work that's been going on Flower Street, a bit of renovation, show you the beach, and most importantly, give you a tantalising glimpse of what it's going to look like in a couple of weeks. And Dobra Den from sunny beach. It's Saturday the 13th of April. And we've got blue sky, it's really hot, it's gorgeous. And I'm on my own because Susan's in England. She's coming back on Monday, she's gone to see family, so I'm on my own today filming. But it's a historic day, it's an anniversary today, it's amazing. I've been going back over my videos that I've been doing, and it's exactly 2 years ago I put my first video up on YouTube. And it was quite cold actually, I was wearing a jacket, it wasn't particularly warm then. This year, it's totally opposite. And one of the very first things I filmed was this grill behind me, which is Shrek. Because I did a film that said Shrek is open. I'm always saying that every year in Sunny Beach is slightly different. A lot of stuff's going to be open earlier this year. Shrek is actually open later than it has been in previous years because they're still working on it, doing some improvements. There you go. So I'm going to do what I did in the first film I basically did, which is head down to the front, look at the promenade, show you Flower Street today, lots of work going on. And going back just a year ago this week, the first central bar opened on Flower Street. So this next week I can expect the first tourist bars to start opening. And yesterday, the first time this year I've actually heard people splashing about in the pool, going down the slides, and that's at the Best Western Hotel. It's open and the pool's open. There's people playing around in the sunshine. So we're that close now to the hotels being open. The next 2 weeks, a lot of them are going to open then, beginning of May. It's Easter here then. So anyway, we're going to take a walk down the front, show you what it's like today. Yet again. So 2 years ago today, me and Susan were living in our studio apartment in Rose Residence. So we were living in 36 square metres with 3 carloads of stuff, boxes. So we had stuff piled up against the walls to the ceiling virtually. We were living camped in one room. We'd sold our house in England and we were buying our house here, our home here, but it hadn't completed. We hadn't moved into it. Not till another week, a couple of weeks. So we've been living in our apartment for over 6 months, camping basically through the winter. Wasn't too bad. Obviously it's better having a house and a garden. You can get out and do things, keep yourself busy and keep out the bar, which is the most important thing, because our first winter here, I used to get bored and go for a few brandies in the evening rather than sit in the apartment, so that wasn't such a good thing. It's better to be out and about. And at home we can sit and relax in front of the television and just chill out. We've got a bit of space. And of course I now do YouTube, so we're 2 years in. That takes a lot of time. Normally to go out and make a film, it takes a couple of hours to film it because we do some bits several times to obviously get it right. Then it takes about probably 5 or 6 hours at least to edit it, put it together and upload it to YouTube, do the titles, thumbnails and everything else. So it takes a bit of time. On the other hand, what else would I be doing? So behind me is Tajani's, which is one of the top restaurants in Sunny Beach. It's open for 9 months of the year. Closes just before Christmas time. Opens up again in March. And it's nice to see there's tables outside, people enjoying themselves. And I've only done a 10-minute walk. I've already been stopped by 2 apartment owners who've just flown out. Both from Ireland, funny enough, where it's been a bit wet. And they're loving the weather. They come out for an early break to their apartments. They've only just started the flights the last week or so, really. So they're coming out, enjoying a bit of sunshine. It certainly is really good to be here at the moment. It's really nice. What's really noticeable in the last 3 or 4 days even is the number of market stalls that are now opening up. There's quite a few. You can actually have a bit of a browse now. Instead of being one or two, there's a few more about. One of the crazy things was, with YouTube particularly, is the thumbnails, the titles. People put amazing titles on to get people to click on their video. You'll see titles like Sunny Beach, one of the best shopping places in Europe. That's one I saw. Absolutely crazy. It's full of market stalls. It's fake goods. And if I go shopping, I go to the mall at Burgers where I get proper stuff, high quality stuff, different type of shopping. I'm not a great fan of the market stalls. Some of it isn't very good quality. On the other hand, there are one or two traders here, like Nicky with the football shirts, who do really fantastic fakes. There's Orhan who sells fantastic Bulgarian leather, and I'll be showing him through the summer, and some of the stuff we bought from them, really, really good quality stuff. But that is, if you actually browse the stalls here along the front, if you look at 6 or 8 stalls, you've seen the whole of Sunny Beach, because they just repeat. It's the same stuff, the same sunglasses, the same shorts, the same towels in one stall after another. So by all means, go out for a morning, have a browse. But you're not going to enjoy your holiday really shopping too much here, because after a few hours you're going to be, give up, just go and lay by the pool, have a cocktail. Far better idea. So, once again, behind me is Flower Street, which is dominated by this huge Cuban hotel. It's the centre of the resort, the main drag as such. So everybody comes to the resort, even though it's like 5 or 6 miles long. Everybody at some point comes here to Flower Street to walk up here. It's really good in the evening. In the height of summer, in the daytime, it's deserted because everybody's around the pool or on the beach. But in the evening, it comes to life. It is called the mini Vegas of the Black Sea. There's a lot of tacky neon signs, flashing signs. A little bit dated in a way. In a way, the whole of Sunny Beach is quite dated. I mean, if you compare it with a modern resort on the Mediterranean in Spain, for instance, it's a totally different world. We don't have all the smart paving, the beautiful promenades, the swanky restaurants you might find there, maybe. But it has different charms, different reasons why people like it. So I managed to get the drone up, give you a little bit of a view here of the top of Flower Street, the bit they've actually done the renovation work on. They haven't done the whole of it, obviously, you can just see the bit they've repaired. There are a lot of seagulls around, and it's I think it's time when they're nesting, and they followed me the whole length up Flower Street. I had a couple of birds following me, so I couldn't really get a lot of shots. I had to just go up here and straight back again. Bit of a risky flight, this one. As you can see, it's very, very lush. It's very green at the moment. We have had some rain. That has now stopped. It's drying out. It's becoming summer, but it's very, very lush everywhere. As you can see on the magic board, look at that. It's 25 degrees centigrade, and it's just gone 1 o'clock in the afternoon. 25, and it's the 13th of April. So it's only in the middle of April. We're at good temperatures. People are always asking what the temperature is going to be like. I'm coming on holiday last week in May, what's it going to be like? Well, there's no way of knowing, because if you go back to my films 2 years ago, my first films, I had a jacket on this week. It wasn't very warm at all. And last year, we had quite a chilly start, and again, it wasn't very warm this week at all. So every year is different. That's why the season really doesn't get really going till middle of May. Hotels start opening first week in May here because it's Easter. Middle of May, things really start to get moving. Officially, the season is 1st of June. Everything is open by the 1st of June. All the aqua parks open last week in May. Everything's functioning then. But it's a gradual build-up. It's a slow start from, say, beginning of May. It's just going to get better and better. And there you go, it's 25 degrees now. I'm not moaning. Just another 2 or 3 degrees in the summer. I'll be quite happy at 28, 30. I'll be happy. As you can see, the pavement is a lot better underfoot. It's nice and smooth now. Wow. Great improvement in this area. They're spending a little bit of money up here, which is nice. But it's only a very small part of the resort. Most of it, they haven't done anything with the paving at all. As they're putting all these new beds and borders in, the flower beds and these green areas, they have to put the watering system in. There's sprinklers everywhere here. We have very long hot summers, and we do get the odd shower, we get the odd thunderstorm, particularly in the evening sometimes. 5 or 6 o'clock at night for half an hour you get a heavy thunderstorm. Soon goes, and that's why you need the watering system, because without that there won't be any flowers, any green areas at all. Certainly in July and August it gets very, very hot here, and very dry and very, very little rain. Okay, so behind me is the main strip. It's where we've got the Central Bar, Jack's, and some of the big nightclubs are down here. This is certainly not Ibiza. There are nightclubs. There is an area where the younger people congregate, but it's nothing like Ibiza. I see it described as that on YouTube films. It isn't at all. There aren't that many beach parties and that many beach bars. Not late night, though, you're going to get in Ibiza. It's not Ibiza. Now, you'll see on some of the YouTube films, videos, people who really, I don't think they actually know the place that well, because they describe this. I don't even say swap your Benidorm holiday for this. That is absolutely crazy. If you really love Benidorm and you're British and you want to go on holiday and not really go abroad, you want to have an English breakfast and chicken pie, beef pie, your normal John Smith's beer, everything as if you would at home, don't come to Sunny Beach. The British are in a minority, and you're not going to find the British food and drink quite the same here as you would in Benidorm. So real people who love Benidorm, I've got friends that go to Benidorm all the time, went there for years. I've been there myself, called in. This is totally different because it's Bulgarian, mainly Bulgarian food, Bulgarian drinks. And imported drink is expensive. Imported alcohol is highly expensive. If you want a particular British gin or a Scottish whiskey, you're going to pay for it. It can be quite expensive. On the other hand, the local produced gin, whiskey, vodka, etc. is really good. Particularly ciders. We love the ciders. They're really, really nice. So always go for local stuff if you can. And if you go into a bar, particularly some of these tourist bars, if you ask for a spirit, do say at the start, I want a local spirit, because quite often they'll try and sell you an imported spirit, which may be 3 times the price. So we always say, can I have a local brandy? I want a local vodka with tonic. There you go. So this is Jack's, one of the big tourist bars right on the strip here. Last year, a big beer was 5 leather. Heading over 5 minutes walk to where we normally go and drink, because we live here, we pay between 2.5 and 3 leather normally for a beer. Quite a difference in the price. If you're coming on the strip for the night, it is a lot more expensive than just going in the back streets, obviously, because this is where people want to be. The bars are paying huge rents to be here. It costs them a lot of money to open. Got to charge the customers more. That's just the way it is. And it's very hard to imagine that this bar, Jack's, in around 2 weeks' time now, will have all the chairs out, the brollies. Oh my God, it's going to be full. It's going to be amazing. There are staff walking around, waitresses, people sitting chilling out with a beer. It's only a couple of weeks away now, not long at all. So, behind me is the Central Bar. And last year, 17th of April, which is this week, we put our film up from the first beer on Flower Street of the season. They're getting the chairs out. There's been guys working in there for quite a few days now. So this next week, that one will be open. I imagine it might even be the same date as last year, the 17th. It's certainly a lot warmer and nicer sitting outside. If you look at the film last year, I think I'll put a clip here. And this is actually what it was like last year. It was not nice, it wasn't warm. We sat outside, had a beer, but it started to rain, I think, as we left. It's very dreary. Nothing like it is a year later today. It's absolutely fantastic. This is amazing weather. It's absolutely gorgeous. The next 2 weeks, this will start to build up numbers of people walking up here. Next 2 weeks. But May weekend is going to be busy because it's obviously Easter. And after that's a build-up. And by the time we get to June, in the evening, it's going to be wall-to-wall people. You can hold hands if you're walking up here. You can actually lose each other. There's just so many people. It is so packed in the evening. Everybody comes out to promenade, go and have a drink, have a walk around, have a peruse around the stalls, just see what's happening. That's what a holiday's all about, isn't it? Just chilling out and relaxing. Well, it's a fantastic bay here, full of sand. That's amazing. A gently sloping beach. It's amazing. They've now cleared about a quarter of the beach. They have to take down this winter sand barrier, protects against tidal surges and storms. They then rake it flat. The guys, teams of people come along, take the stones out, all the pebbles, then they rake it again with tractors, taking out small stuff to make it perfect flat sand. And then they have to put out literally thousands of sunbeds and parasols. So much work. We'll come back middle of May, this beach will be completely different. You think you're somewhere else. Looking at it today, you think, how on earth is that going to happen? But every year, it just happens. That's it. Every year is the same. Total transformation. We're getting so many messages. Every day I'm getting messages from people now. 28 days, 35 days, 42 days. You're sitting at home, I don't know if you're one of them, counting the days off on your calendar and marking them off. Oh, it's not long to go, not long to go, not long to go. It's only going to get better and better from now on. So if you are coming next month, great, in May. It's going to be something totally different in June. It'll change again for July and August. It'll be absolutely crazy. It'll be manic this year. Got so many more bookings. The place is going to be rammed with people. But of course, we then go into the late breaks, the September breaks, which are really nice. You can have really good weather. Let's have a different atmosphere. It's quieter. I really love September. But at the moment, we're waiting for the main season to start. It's not long off. Most of the bars and restaurants in Sunny Beach are rented, so we don't know until they actually open who's going to be running them and if they're going to open or not, if somebody's taken the lease. So looking at last year's reviews are always a bit tricky, but if you look at my videos from last year particularly, you can see what the feel and the vibe of the resort is like right from the start when it opened in May to when it closed, really end of September, and we had fantastic weather right until October, November. So you can see the whole thing, because we're not just here for a week or 2 weeks on holiday, we actually live here. Just at the mountain at the back there, got a house. And we can actually sit in the morning on our balcony and we can look at Nessie Bar there in the distance and we actually see the beaches. And even the airport, we can watch the planes take off in the distance at Burgos. It's only 15 miles or something away, it's not very far from here. You haven't got a long trip from the airport to the resort. You can get on holiday, you'll be here within a few minutes of landing, you're going to be on the beach or around the pool. Hey, on YouTube. Huh? On YouTube. Video? Yeah. Wherever you go in Sunny Beach, there's always somebody who wants to be in the picture. We had loads of people asking us the last week, what's happening with the old Globus Hotel, the Hyatt, well, the Sheraton. We've had loads of people in the last week asking us about the old, the Sheraton, as it's going to be the old Globus Hotel, and this week we're finally getting workers in. You see the guys on the balcony up here waving and shouting because they want to be in the video. There you go. There's workers everywhere today. All I can hear is drills and sanders and all sorts of tools working. They're really getting going now on the places. So it's only a couple of weeks and a lot of these are going to be open. Well, sometimes I get it completely wrong. A couple of weeks ago I thought, there's no way you're going to finish this. Looked like it got so much to do on it with all the balconies and whatever, but the Grand Hotel is finished. It's got the curtains up. It's amazing. They're getting the pool ready today, clearing up outside, ready for guests in 2 weeks when it opens. There you go. I got that one wrong. It's amazing. They must have had teams of people. I said there's so many guys working on this. That's just incredible. I managed to get that one done. That really is. That's a major, major overhaul. They stripped that bare. That's going to be really nice if you're staying in it. Wow, that really looks fantastic today. The first beach furniture's in. You can actually play volleyball if you're feeling athletic. Wow! So I'm going to go back along the promenade here, back to Flower Street, head back to where I actually started, back for coffee at the apartment. And from a newly refurbished end of Flower Street, it's ciao ciao for now. See you again later.